In an extraordinary falling out between longtime friends, music icon Elton John has sworn vengeance upon Prince Harry, vowing to systematically torpedo the Duke of Sussex's reputation and public standing through a relentless campaign of attacks, rendering the royal's life utterly miserable. The explosive conflict erupted over allegations the singer felt profoundly disrespected by recent truth bomb comments Harry made disparaging the legendary artist's talents and persona during promotional interviews for his memoir Spare. Sources indicate an incensed Elton interpreted the criticism as the ultimate betrayal of decades-long showing fierce loyalty, publicly defending the prince through every scandal. That ungrateful little toe rag hasn't the faintest bloody idea who he's taking potshots at. I'm Elton John, the best-selling solo music act since the 1970s, alongside being knighted by the Queen herself, while he's merely a fallen aristocrat reduced to peddling tell-all trash for a few pieces of silver, fumed Elton amidst reports of a meltdown at his Windsor estate upon initially learning of Harry's comments. He can consider our friendship well and truly over, because from this point forward, I'm declaring total war, marshalling every resource towards inflicting nuclear-grade payback assaults across all channels, systematically obliterating the jumped-up half-wit's public standing, thundered the tiny dancer legend, apparently inconsolable that Harry distanced himself from past praise complimenting the singer's enduring talents. The pair's fallout remarkably stems from remarks the Duke made suggesting Elton's artistry largely slid into irrelevancy over recent decades, becoming a mere nostalgia act resting on laurels of past glories. While promoting Spare's scalding royal family takedowns, Prince Harry quipped British youth mostly recognized John as an ancient old dancer, promoting that Kingsman movie, along with a weird-looking Muppet constantly popping up at Oscars with a different hair sculpture each year. Both direct jabs infuriated the legendary singer, interpreting them as grossly undervaluing his iconic multi-generational musical impact. Elton heard Harry's barbed dismissals deeply insulting the depth of his acclaimed catalog spanning over half a century compared to some Muppet Show extras caricature, saying he now viewed their dear friendship forged since childhood permanently lying in ashes, revealed an insider discussing the bitter conflict with the Daily Mail. He went utterly ballistic, hurling obscenities, calling Harry every name under the sun, an ungrateful traitor, a low-life moron, woke stain on society, you name it. Yoko Ono herself never enraged Elton to these thermonuclear levels of sworn vengeance. Frustrations mounted further after advisors unsuccessfully begged the superstar, restraining vindictive outbursts against Harry, destined igniting an unwinnable public relations slagfest overshadowing his artistry. Despite surrounding pleas imploring rising above the fray, Sir Elton allegedly dismissed calmer head recommendations, doubling down on unleashing unsparing crusades, dismantling the Duke's reputation once and for all. This isn't just going to be a few savage statements calling truth to power, taking the piss by reminding people what an irrelevant nothing Harry really is these days without cushy titles purchased through deference to hereditary inbreeding, Elton proclaimed to confidants. No, I'm activating the full arsenal, putting squarely in my sights every aspect of this pompous arrogant prick's public pursuits, using entertainment industry contacts, systematically cutting off all revenue streams, rendering his spoiled ass utterly miserable. To implement his retaliatory master plan, Elton compiled a list of influential Hollywood allies and global entertainment power players. By deploying his clout accumulated over 50 years reigning among popular music hierarchies' upper echelons, the singer intends recruiting an armada, enforcing total economic scorched earth against the Duke, jeopardizing existing deals while sabotaging future income pipelines through subversive undermining tactics. Elton started arranging virtual summits over video chats with all Hollywood's major studio honchos, talent agencies, commercial brands, publishing executives, and related parties still somehow involved with Harry either promotionally or developmentally, to not only bury all outstanding deals, but conspiring ways, leaking damaging information, weaponizing against him, an anonymous source divulged to the Sun tabloid. For someone as wildly famous and respected as Elton, with so many industry-owning favors after generations of loyalty, you can bet on these calls bearing dire outcomes, stopping any future consideration throwing Harry bone crumbs. In addition to coordinating an industry-wide blackballing preventing Harry from securing any future income through entertainment endeavors, John also plans leveraging his global icon status, parlaying mammoth multimedia publicity salvos, decimating the Duke's public persona through unsparing media takedowns. By deploying surrogates promoting strategically crafted narratives spotlighting Harry's most embarrassing controversies and character flaws amplified through damning spin, Elton hopes torching residual public goodwill surrounding the embattled royal. Elton vowed mobilizing all his publicists, activating their contacts with journalists, editors, and celebrities across print, television, radio, and social media, launching smear campaigns pinning unflattering caricatures of Harry as history's greatest grifter, including highlighting his abject disrespect towards the Queen's legacy that adored him, confided the source close to the performer's inner circle. All stops are being pulled out, subjecting him to non-stop bombardment, reducing public perceptions into that of a reviled deadbeat moocher lower than scum of the earth. To combat Elton's crusades, advisors close to the Sussexes urged Harry ignoring entrapping provocations destined backfiring, providing the music icon commanding virality and relevancy failing to materialize through his award-winning artistry across recent decades. By reacting even indirectly through private proxy defenses, critics warned the Duke risks resurrecting Elton's celebrity significance, amplifying megaphone reaches enough blaring deafening smears into the zeitgeists, unavoidably overshadowing intended public relations achievements. History's littered with formerly iconic stars who rendered moot irrelevancies through desperately clout-chasing younger successors into squabbles nobody cares about, and Elton's already reached that fading stage, squarely positioning himself into self-parody territory by picking fights from the emeritus crowd which always loses, advised Saks Media's Jeremy Trochet, representing crisis management for brand Sussex. Our strategic recommendation involves letting a relic stay a relic, content grasping at any attention seeking, ginning up new relevancy cycles on his dime. Other commentators, however, strongly condemned the notion of Prince Harry somehow disrespecting one of Britain's most transcendent musical ambassadors through careless tongue slips, asserting Elton remained contractually obligated, respecting royal family dignities after repeatedly receiving institutional honors. According to such perspectives, the superstar deliberately inflated comments into faux outrage pretexts, seizing cheap publicity ahead of his upcoming final tour performances.